I have no regrets. Okay, we have to talk. So I know that I'm not the only person that watched Julie and the Phantoms in one day. I mean, first of all, it's only 9 episodes, but it was really good and I ended up binge watching it. I'm sure lots of you guys ended up binge watching it too. So let's talk about it for a second. So first of all, I thought it was gonna be a movie, like when I first watched the trailer on Netflix. I don't know if anybody else felt that way or got that impression, but I was like, oh, this is gonna be a really cute movie. Like, I'm all about cheesy movies with music and dance. Anything that has music and dance, and I'm like, yes, sign me up. But then I discovered it was a show, and I was like, oh man, now I'm gonna have to get invested. But I don't regret that at all. I started watching the first episode and I was like, oh, this is really good. I mean, we can all probably agree, except maybe if you dislike this video, we can all agree that the music is actually really good, really catchy. And I'm one of those people, I'm kind of old school. I don't really have Spotify or any of those other things. I still have an iPod, an actual iPod that I plug into my car because I don't listen to the radio either. And so I went on iTunes and I was like, I usually only buy 1 or 2 songs when I find something that I like. But this is one of the first times where I've actually considered buying the entire album because I'm just like, there's so many good songs. What's not to like about it, you know? The other thing I have to say, I mean, I have probably my favorites. I mean, I'm looking at the list right now, and I mean, Flying Solo when she sings to her best friend, spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched it. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. You can literally finish it in a day. It's so good. But when she's singing to her best friend, I was like, oh, I love this. It's so cute. And just the interaction between her best friend and her ghost band, her Phantom band. And then you also have, okay, can we just all potentially agree? I mean, you can put in the comment section if you feel differently, but can we all agree that The Other Side of Hollywood is a great, villain song? It's so catchy. The dancing and the beats are just so you just want to dance, but you know that he's the bad guy. Even if you didn't know, you're like, oh yeah, he's probably the villain of this whole scenario. But it's that's a great villain song, y'all. I'm all about it. Everybody loves Edge of Great. It's just a good song. And can we also, just little side note from the music, can we talk about the wardrobe choices? I'm like when she's singing Edge of Great and she has the cold shoulder white top with the butterflies on it, I was like, I'm not really a fashion person. As you can see, I'm wearing sweats. I do love my headbands though. I love my bows and my hair accessories, but I was like, I don't think I could ever wear that, but I want to because it's super cute. Moving back to music though, Edge of Great, also great. I have to say, I was definitely crying during Unsaid Emily, tears. There was a lot of tears in this show. Not necessarily sad tears. There were some happy tears. But I have to say, though, I cry very easily. I'm very emotional, so I would just cry at everything. But Unsaid Emily was just you know. I know Edge of Great is probably going to be, the #1 song that comes out of this series, at least for the first season. We don't know if we're getting a second season. Please let there be a second season. But I really like Stand Tall, which is the last song in the the last episode. For anybody that has watched it, if you haven't watched it, again, go watch it. It's so good. But Stand Tall, it felt just powerful. Can I just say though that with the trajectory, I said before that I thought it was going to be a movie and then it was actually a show. And then with the trajectory of it, and when I saw it was only 9 episodes, I was like, okay, so this is probably going to be a 1 season kind of thing. It's probably not going to keep going forward. Here's where I put my little spoiler alert. I don't know if I can do that in editing. Spoiler alert. But like with the trajectory of the show, like most, like it just feels like it's gonna, like they're gonna finish their unfinished business, and then they're gonna like go to the other side, and they're gonna escape this evil Caleb dude. And then they don't, they get to stay, and they're all like glowing. I'm very curious as to what that means. And then of course like Caleb takes over Nick's body. And of course there's also like some unanswered questions. Can I just like ask? I really like, I might sound stupid, and you can tell me that I'm stupid for like not connecting the dots, but I really feel that, because I've been trying to figure out, I was like, how is their mom and this band connected, you know? Like, what if their mom was that lady in the very first episode when she was just like, you guys are really good, and they gave her like the CD and the t-shirt? Like, that's my best guess, and you guys are probably like, well, duh. But you know, they didn't actually say that, so you don't know, but like I'm pretty sure that's where that indicates. But also like when she was saying that, it's almost as if she didn't know them. So, or maybe like they, I don't know, like they used that garage, and then once they passed, she like took it over. I'm like really curious how all that works out, like what the connection is. I want to know. I also, like, secondary question, how is Caleb able to do other things that other like ghosts slash phantoms can't, you know? I'm really, really, really curious how that all works, you know? And I wonder like what makes them so special that they can appear in front. I mean, I know that it's because they perform with her, but like because other ghosts can't do it, it's like, why? What is it about them that makes them able to be seen by other people, you know? Just like, so like total curiosity. Okay, so we talked about music, we talked about the outfits, we talked about questions that I still have for this, whatever's gonna happen next. I think it's only like, I think I would be like pointedly looked at if I didn't also talk about the obvious romance between Julie and Luke. I mean, I can't be the only one. I mean, I've watched the YouTube videos, all the comment people are just like, Julie and Luke forever, you know? I agree, they're super cute, but then like, because of what happened at the end of season 1, I'm really curious how the whole Nick thing being possessed by Caleb works out, you know? Like, I mean, because he is a ghost, it's, unless they do like one of those stupid plot hole things where they like come back from the dead and they're actually like real people, or they get to be seen by people all the time. I don't know. I hate it when people do that. Or they're just like, they're dead. Just kidding. Like after all this time, I mean, it would just be really confusing. So like I want them to be together, but I'm really curious how that will play out, because if you're thinking about the fact that they're ghosts and they're gonna be ghosts and they're probably not gonna come back from the dead, that they're eventually like gonna realize that they can't be together because they're not, they are, I don't know, you know, what do you guys think? Like, I'm curious, like, is there a way that they can make it work? Or is she gonna have to like, they're gonna have to let each other go because eventually, I just imagine that when this show comes to an end, they're probably gonna end it with them crossing over or something to that effect. That's just my theory. This is the theory section. And she's gonna end up being with Nick, or are we gonna have a love rival come out of nowhere in season 2 or maybe season 3 if it keeps going that far? I'm curious. If we're gonna talk about romance though, other question slash, not really a theory, just mostly another question. What happens to Willie? Like, Caleb has to know that he told them by now. So I'm curious. And is Alex and Willie gonna be together? Because they obviously have feelings for each other, and that's super cute. And then if we're gonna go down that route, what about Reggie? Sweet little Reggie, you know, like, does he get somebody? How does that work? I need to know. Season 2, where are you? So I think I got it all out. Nobody else I know has finished the show yet, so please, somebody respectfully in the comment section, talk to me. I need to talk this out with somebody. If anybody else watched this in one day, or if you're really curious, no, if anybody else watched this in one day, please let me know. I know I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one who is feeling this way, who has these questions, who's about to go and buy the whole album even though I don't have the money for that. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Let me know below what you think of Julie and the Phantoms. If you agree, do you have your own theories? I'm super curious. Like, let me know. Yeah, I can't do that high note. But I can pretend. Hashtag no regrets.